Hi everybody, welcome to Cage Minds. This is the UFC Ultimate Fighter Season 13 finale results show. I'll also tell you about how bad my predictions went, not a good one for me. Start off again how we had the fights when we first predicted them. We had the first fight of the night being Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens versus Danny Boy Downs. This fight was contested mostly stand-up, like we figured it would. Stevens' power and experience did shine through. He was dominant in all aspects, even bloodying up Downs. Took unanimous decision, hard fought. Downs was too tough to go down, and Stevens just didn't have the right recipe to take him out. But still, right on the prediction, good win for Jeremy Stevens. Moving on, as we had the next fight, we had George Reuben versus Josh Grisby. Both of these men looking to make their way up the featherweight ladder, trying to get to Jose Aldo. I thought Josh Grisby would win this fight. His wrestling was ineffective against George Roop. Roop used a great front push kick, keeping the distance, keeping his length, outstriking Grisby, even taking down Grisby, and at one point was in a little bit of trouble in the guillotine, got out of that, landed big forearms, big elbows, controlled this fight for the 2.5 rounds it took. In the third round, a big combination, and Herman saves Grisby. So that's a win for George Roop. We're wrong on that fight. Next up, we had Shamara Bailey versus Ryan Montgomery. One for us. Shamara Bailey with his wrestling, control, took this fight. Montgomery not able to submit Bailey, and Shamara just continued to show that his wrestling was more dominant, able to pick up, slam, take down, control. Cardio for both men did kind of weak out, though, in the third round, so they do have room to improve, but good win opening up his UFC stint for Shamara Bailey. Next up, more Ultimate fighters from this season of 13. It was Clay Harbison versus Justin Edwards. Good fight. First round, Justin Edwards was aggressive, had takedowns, was aggressively looking for a submission. Again, cardio problems, blew his load of energy, and eventually in the next 2 rounds slowed down. Harbison outstriking him. The wrestling was ineffective after the energy was lost, and Harbison was able to outlast, get a split decision victory. Really good fight. Next, we have Scott Jorgensen versus Ken Stone. Ken Stone was doing better than we thought on the feet, landing some combinations. The wrestler, though, Jorgensen did take the fight to the ground. Ken Stone threw up a nice triangle. Jorgensen threw it to the side, big overhand right, lights out, a couple more punches for good measure, and Ken Stone takes the loss. Scotty Jorgensen we had. So that's 3 right for us. Going on to the next one, we had Reuben Duran versus Francisco Rivera. Duran, we told you, was the 4-time Grapplers Quest champion. Put those skills on, was held at bay for the first round. Towards the second round, was able to get the fight to the ground, took Rivera's back, was not able to end the fight, but in the third round, did get his back again, ended the fight with a rear naked choke. It's a win for us in the third round. Ed Herman and Tim Crater coming back off of long extended time off. Ed Herman, after 2 years, 2 knee surgeries, a long road back to the octagon, made short work of it when he got in there, pushed forward, used a great dirty boxing, clinched 2 uppercuts, and good night, Tim Crater. Awesome fight, if you guys didn't see that. Beautiful KO. Moving on up to Kyle Kingsbury and Fabio Maldonado. Oh, and we were wrong on that last fight. We had Tim Crater, just to let you guys know. Also, now, I had picked Maldonado. Kingsbury wins the 3-round decision. This fight was a bore. Kingsbury did use a beautiful Muay Thai clinch, landing big knees. Maldonado was working the body. It was, in a striking essence, technically exciting. Maldonado not having essentially the big power that I thought he did, but did hurt Kingsbury. Kingsbury's cardio did start to slow down in that third round, but the unanimous decision was for Kyle Kingsbury, a well-deserved victory. Again, to some Ultimate Fighter 13 alum members here. Chris Cope versus Chuck O'Neal. Chuck O'Neal has guts, he has heart, he has determination, he's a tough guy. But Chris Cope put it all together for this fight. Was more aggressive than we saw on the show. Was throwing, hands, feet, legs, kicks, knees, doing it all. Pushing forward, having better movement, being better, more mixing it up with his combinations. Took the 3-round unanimous decision. O'Neal's a tough guy. May need some more skill, some more work before we see him here in the UFC again. This leads us all the way up to the co-main event of the night, where Clay Guida took on Anthony Pettis. And thought Guida's wrestling would be nullified by Pettis as the way Ben Henderson's was. It's totally wrong about that. Guida's a spectacular wrestler, took Pettis down, avoided submissions. Got to give Pettis credit for trying, kept throwing up armbar after triangle, after Kimura, after omoplata, just trying to get something, and Guida was not falling for any of it. Stayed aggressive, top control, was landing blows, moving in and out, moving to the later rounds. Still the same thing was happening. A couple still spectacular moves pulled out by Anthony Pettis. If you guys were watching, you saw an off-the-cage kick again. That didn't land, though, this time. Also, a capoeira kind of kick from the ground. So he's still showing a promise. Can't wait to see him back in the cage again. But Clay Guida takes the next step forward, a well-deserved unanimous decision. Wrestling, 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 as he said in his post-fight interview. Moving us on to the Ultimate Fighter finale, the big main event right here. Tony Ferguson of Team Brock Lesnar versus Ramsey Ninjao of Team Junior Dos Santos. Tony Ferguson comes in and just attacks Ramsey right away, is able to start using wrestling, which we didn't see from him from the show, aggressively taking him down, not showing any respect really for Ramsey's stand-up. Ramsey was coming forward, throwing straight shots, but nothing was connecting. They really just looked a lot slower on the stand-up, and you kind of just saw almost a matrix as Tony kind of, slow down, pick his points, pick his shots, more technical, hit him with a nice combination. Fight was over, knockout, first round, really quick. Tony Ferguson beats Ramsey. Ferguson also for that fight did gain the Fight of the Night bonus, so a really financially profitable night for the Ultimate Fighter. Best of luck to him as he goes on in his career. So that was the results from UFC UFC Ultimate Fighter Finale 13. A lot of mouthful to say. If I didn't say it all the way, I was only 4 right for 7 wrong this time. Not a good one for me. I'll be back to the drawing board. The only real big conclusions to draw from this fight, besides Tony Ferguson is now in the UFC. There's speculation if he'll fight at lightweight or at welterweight. But the big news from this one is that Anthony Pettis not taking a step forward, Clay Guida taking a step forward in that title contender hunt, looking to get to either Gray Maynard or Frankie Edgar. There's Jim Miller, there's Melvin Gillard. Clay Guida throws his name in there. Those 5 guys we're looking to see who's the best lightweight in the world. Exciting to see. This has been Cage Minds. Next time I'm back with you, we'll be doing our breakdown of predictions for UFC 131, Carlo versus Los Angeles. Bye.